So, before the audio today, I just wanted to say thank you for finding this. This is my first ever audio, and I hope you enjoy. Hello there. Excuse me, I'm sorry to bother you so late. May I ask your name? Then I did come the right way. I understand that you Automata can navigate this place just fine. No issues at all. But it's not so easy for us humans, you know. My purpose here? Yes, my apologies for rambling. Well, to put it simply, I would like to adopt you. If you are willing. Yes, I understand that adopt is not the usual term for this arrangement. May I sit here? It is, however, a term I find more appropriate given the situation. You see, I've heard my fair share of stories about you. The highly esteemed automaton, known for their unwavering ability to handle seemingly whatever task is thrown at them. You command a high price, and yet you must still have an endless number of contracts. How exhausting it must be. All the more impressive, then, to be so unfazed by it. And to put it simply, I would have something of a long-term assignment for you. You'd be living with me for the duration. Hence my choice of the word adopt. Would you be interested? As an uncontracted automaton, I know that you are in fact free to refuse potential assignments. Automaton Labor Code 1198.3, subsection B. Of course I've done my research. With you, I have to. Anyway, in your words, yes, I would like to contract you. On the condition that you would like me to. But there are many things I do which I was not built for. Might it be the same for you? You consent without even knowing what it is specifically I plan to ask of you. A brave one you are. But wasn't the goal of the Recommission Center to remove implicit and forced labor contracts? Are you somehow not required to at least read the contract before you can be allowed to sign it? However, you can do that. Isn't having them automatically approved a violation of the labor code? The very same 1198.3b, isn't it? Sure, the law was agreed on by both sides, but how does that... Oh, I see. You're the only one with that provision in place. You used a loophole in the rules, didn't you? Well, if you're so certain in your decision, shall we head back down to the reception and formalize everything? Great. Oh, but, would you lead the way? I may have gotten a bit lost on my way up here. All right, now we just need to... Hi, I'm here to formally activate the contract I submitted to be validated recently. I understand that you just need my name and contract number. Kalani Raylan, contract number 998524A. A final chance. I can assure you you'll be treated well, but are you sure? Okay. And here's the payment. Is there anything else? No? Sounds good. Thank you. Now, I trust I won't have any issues from you. You're held in quite high regard, you know. I'd hate for that to be misplaced. Good. Let's go then. Actually, wait a moment. Here, put this on. It's a bit chilly outside tonight. Sure, but being able to tolerate it doesn't mean it's pleasant. It's up to you. The jacket is yours, though. I insist. Yes, this carriage is ours. It'll take us to your new home for the foreseeable future. Go on, after you. Take us back to the manor, if you would, please. So, have you figured out who I am yet? Oh, I did say my name, didn't I? Yes, I am Lady Kalani Raylan, overseer of the crystal mines on the eastern end of the kingdom. Well, being born into this was not a choice I made. Of course, I merely seek to do what I can with the advantages I have been given, fairly or otherwise. Oh, heavens no, I could never have you work in the mines. It is indeed a rather beautiful sight, though hardly a pleasant place to work at all. We take pride in not having any sentient automa there consistently. No, I have a much more appropriate assignment for a premier class 1 automaton such as yourself. Or, well, appropriate from one angle, I suppose. All will be answered in due time, I promise. Once you reach the manor, but for now, tell me a story. That's right. Maybe something about your last contract? Or not if you'd... Ah, I see. I see. I see. And what did you think of that contract? I just want to understand what you might think of mine. I am, of course, glad that you should find your job suitable, convenable. However, let me rephrase the question. Did you like your time with that last contract? Well, I hope that you do not find this one overly displeasant. All right, here we are. Thank you. Have a good night. Come on, let's get you inside and I'll show you around. Hey, steady. You okay? You spaced out on me for a moment. Is this something that happens to you often? It's even more severe than I thought. Nothing, just talking to myself. Anyway, as I was saying, let's get you inside. Better than staying out here in the cold. Welcome, welcome. It's a bit ostentatious, I know. In my defense, though, I inherited it like this. And making any meaningful change would just be a headache. I'm sure you know how nobility are. But that's neither here nor there. This manor is what it is, and I've learned to call it home. I hope you learn to call it so as well, if only temporarily. Follow me, if you would. And so this is obviously the foyer. Down that hallway's the kitchen, and the path to the basement. That way lies the great hall. And this way you'll find the bedrooms, the study, and the library. We have perhaps the largest book collection, save the royal castles. I'm sure you could find something that would catch your interest. And while you're here, this room shall be yours. I could not know your preferences in advance, so I hope it's to your liking, but If there's anything you should wish to have added, changed, just let me know and we can arrange for it, okay? I'm glad to hear it. Is there anything you require at the moment? Food, drink, a blanket, anything? No? Well, I'm quite hungry myself. How about I go grab some food from the kitchen real quick and you take a few moments to acclimate yourself to the space? Perhaps explore this side of the manor. I'll be back shortly, and we can go over the real nature of this contract, as I'm sure you're quite eager to, knowing you. No, you're correct. We have not met before. But, as I said, the Recommission Center, I've heard stories about you. Don't worry, I've only heard good things. Okay, I shall be back in just a moment. All right, I'm back. Oh, little Meow came to find you. And there she goes. Impatient, are we? To know what I want from you? Well, it's more what I want for you. But yes, we can have this conversation now. May I sit with you on the bed? Well, to be fair, I wasn't quite lying when I said I was looking to adopt you earlier. Make no mistake, I could in no way ever take you as a mere pet. Nor am I nearly presumptuous enough to expect you to fall in love with me. Or rather, I wish to hire you as a social companion. A friend, if you will. Maybe an older sibling, as you have lived far longer than I. I don't know. Semantics aren't important. You think you cannot be my friend because you're an automaton. Just some machine who's numb to the world, who's only good for following orders. Let me tell you, you're wrong. Yes, you're an automaton, but you're also a person. A fact I think you've forgotten over the years. I want you to know that while I do also have an ulterior motive, I genuinely believe you are a good fit for this job. I I did specifically choose you for it after all. No, see, that's what I like so much about this plan. That whole, if that is your wish thing that you do, is going to be your undoing. What I wish for you is to take care of yourself. I may have you help around the manor so that you don't drive yourself insane, but I want you to act as your own person and do whatever it is that you need to do. Understood? Good. Now, I can tell that you're still unconvinced, so you are aware that you stand out even amongst Automata in terms of your productivity, yes? And you take pride in this, do you not? And is that pride which enables you to continue outpacing the others, no? And is it true that you work with some automata better than others? Because they are more or less motivated, more or less prone to talking, more or less forgiving, relaxed, modest, etc.? Is that not a description of personality? Pride, too, is an emotion. If I were to tell you that you had disappointed me and that I would return you to the center, I know full well how strongly you would feel. Guilt, shame, pain. You avoid making requests because you're afraid of backlash. Those are all emotions. Am I wrong? Rather, I think you've just forgotten what positive emotions are. That is that is why I brought you here. Come closer. I know that you take pride in your work, and I want you to know that I have no wish to diminish that. It's a good thing you want to be proud of your actions, but it's also a good thing to take care of yourself. And I know you're not doing that. When we first got here and you briefly fell into a daze, you were unsteady on your feet and your eyes glazed over. That shouldn't be normal, you know. But when I came back here and saw you petting the kitten, you had a faint smile on your face and you looked at peace. Here, let me go for a second. I know. I'm just setting the fire. I like this room because it's one of the ones with a fireplace. While I'm getting this fire started, why don't you pick out some clothes from the wardrobe over there? Find something comfortable to wear. I understand your concern, but I promise not to look while you change. I'll be busy over here at the fire, okay? Okay, fire's going. Did you find some comfortable clothes? Good. Now, if you don't mind, I'd like to change as well. I didn't watch you, so you have to promise not to watch me, okay? And get under the covers and lay down, okay? Yes, just like that. Are you comfortable with me wrapped around you like this? Why? I thought I told you. You're an automaton, but automata deserve cuddles too, you know? If it's okay with you, then let's fall asleep like this, okay? Hey, that is my wish. But we just talked about this. And that's better. I know that this is going to be difficult for you, especially at first, and I hope you'll forgive me for all this, but as I said, I do genuinely believe you'll be a good fit for this job. You've been alive for so long and done so many things I could never imagine. You must have habits of noticing things I'd never think to pay attention to. Know so many things, useful and otherwise. Have interesting stories to tell, like the one you told me on the carriage right here. I, I think that you and I are going to have a lot of fun together. Now, sleep well and let the moon watch over us.